Yeah, I guess we can thank you guys for that. I mean, y'all kind of wrote us off, in a sort of way. So appreciate that.
Hard to kill. He's lived that motto.
What?
Ty Simpson enjoying it. This is the cleaned up version that he's singing because the regular explicit version, a lot of bleeps.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another quarterback breakdown. If you're new here, if you've been here, please like, comment, subscribe to the channel. There's more quarterback breakdowns to come throughout the college football playoff and into the offseason. We're talking Ty Simpson of Alabama. They cut a 17-0 deficit and finished the game 34-24 in a huge road win at Oklahoma. He finishes his night 18 of 29, 232 through the air and 2 touchdowns. But the best part about it, no turnovers. He protected the football. Alabama wins the turnover battle 2-0, and it's the biggest reason why they won the football game. 2 for 12 on third down, averaged just over 1 yard a carry. If you were to tell me that before the game, I'd have said no way Alabama wins. But Ty Simpson, Ryan Grubb as his play caller, and the rest of the guys around him performed when they needed it the most. He played some really good ball, always had him in the correct play, taking a lot of control at the line of scrimmage. But let's watch the film, and I'll tell you why Alabama ended up winning that football game. Third and 3, this is the first play of the second quarter for Alabama. After a tough first quarter, it is very loud in Oklahoma coming from experience playing at TCU. In Brent Venables' pressures, they had to settle into the game and adjust to the environment. So Alabama is going to be in this condensed 3-by-1 set with these receiver alignment. Now, what's difficult about this protection and this pressure is this is an overloaded front by Oklahoma. So these 3 offensive linemen are going to account for those 3 guys, which leaves these 2 offensive linemen, the right guard and right tackle, to account for all 3 of these potential threats. Now, Alabama is going to be in a 5-man protection, meaning that this back is free releasing out here. So it's just those 5 offensive linemen protecting for Ty Simpson. Now, he gets man-to-man coverage at the top of the screen as they play as form of zone down to the bottom. He's going to the correct place. They're going to run a 9-yard stop route to the top. It's a tough call, but you see these 2 players come, so he's hot. He has to get the football out of his hands. It's a good throw. It's a clear hold, though. You see that. That's a missed defensive holding or a pass interference by the officials. But Ty Simpson's going to the right place, and Brent Venables' pressures are very, very difficult to pick up. 3rd and 5 for Alabama. This is one of 2 conversions for their offense on the night. I want you to notice they have 2 guys in the backfield to start, but this is wide receiver Jeremy Bernard. Ryan Grubb does a great job of utilizing him all around the field and creating these motions to help Ty Simpson create these leverage matchups, understand coverage. You see the safety run with Jeremy Bernard over here, knowing that it's man-to-man coverage. What Oklahoma is doing on the back end is playing cover 0, meaning that they're playing man-to-man across the board with no safety help on the back end. What I do want you to notice is the inside leverage of this defensive back. He's playing an inside shade on Lazier Brooks, so any out-breaking route is going to be an easier release for him. Now, this is a unique front up front from Oklahoma's defensive line. Ty Simpson knows that he has to get the ball out fast. He's thinking that they're bringing in one more than they can actually protect for, which is why he's drifting in the pocket. He lays it out there. It's a good throw, even better adjustment by the receiver, but it's a big-time conversion in the second quarter for Alabama. 2nd and 10 in 11 personnel, 1 tight end, 1 running back. Ryan Grubb doing a good job of using shifts and motions. They start in unbalanced, shift the running back and the tight end. Now they're bringing Jeremy Bernard in motion, creating a different leverage on this side for the defensive backs. Alabama's just running 4 verticals with an angle route from this running back. So they're either going to try to hit one of these seams or get it down to the back. Now Oklahoma is playing a version of cover 3 called 3 cloud, meaning that they're going to have a deep third player, a deep third player, another deep third player, but this corner at the top is playing a cloud technique, meaning he's covering the flats over here. So This tight end runs the seam. Ty Simpson, 3 in a hitch. Really good drop, good tempo, and rips the seam down the middle to set them up in a high red zone situation. It's a really good throw, really good timing. He rips it down the middle. 1st and 10 in the red zone. They're starting under center in this bunched alignment, but then they're going to shift out of it. Ryan Grubb doing a good job. You see Oklahoma's hands throwing up in the air. This is an empty check. Teams go into games with 2, 3, maybe even 4 empty checks that they go to their certain coverage versus an empty alignment. Now this is the 3-man side down here, 2-man side. Oklahoma ends up being short on that 2-man side, and I'll show you why. They've been pressuring all game. Ty Simpson has seen different looks and pressures from Venables, but they're only going to rush 4 on this play. As they snap it, he starts his eyes over here going to Ryan Williams, number 1 on the stick route. Doesn't think that it's there, but you see 1 defender, 2 defenders, 3 defenders, 4 defenders, and 5 defenders only covering 3 Alabama receivers, leaving them short to the top of the screen. Ty Simpson gets his eyes back around. He will be playing off of this defender, even throwing this spot route to this speed dig behind him. The ball should be out of his hands. He gets a little bit antsy due to the pressure earlier in the game, causing him to make a throw late. Inaccurate. If he gets this thing outside, this might score a touchdown if he breaks a tackle or end up getting a first down, setting them up in a better situation in the red zone. He ends up settling in the rest of the game, but that's why he got a little bit antsy there. This is the 4th and 3 that changed the whole game. Kirk Herbstreit talked about it on the broadcast and talked about it on College Game Day. Ryan Grubb continues to do a great job of using these shifts and motions to cause confusion on the back end. Oklahoma is trying to communicate how they're going to cover this, but the crowd noise, they can't do it. It's happening too fast. Alabama's offensive line is accounting for these 5 players right here. So if anybody else pressures, Ty Simpson will be hot. Now there's a bust in coverage due to the shift in motion. You see the field linebacker pressure, meaning Ty Simpson is hot. He has to throw the football. This Will linebacker is pushing to the 2-man side. They have way too many players. 1, 2, 3, 4 players to cover 2 Alabama receivers. Ty Simpson sees it. They're just running a simple snag concept with a corner route, a spot route by Lazier Brooks, and a flat by the running back. He replaces the pressure with a throw, navigating the throw around him, puts it right on him. Lazier Brooks does the rest. Great second effort to find his way in the end zone. Not only converting on 4th down, but going 17-7. Now they're right back in the football game. So 1st and 10, they're in 12 personnel. This is 1 tight end, 2 tight ends, 1 running back, and 2 receivers. Alabama's just running what's called power pass, where they're in the I formation right here, and they're just going to be running faking it off tackle, and they're going to have a corner route by the tight end. The back will be off the edge in protection. This tight end will be in the flat. They're going to have a backside drag and then a deep backside dig, but rarely do you get to the backside dig. So Ty Simpson's going to ball fake with 2 hands. The offensive line is in a full slide protection to the right, back just off the edge. He goes 1 to the tight end, 2 to the other tight end running the corner route. He gets the backside drag, but he does a really good job of tying his feet and his eyes together so it allows him to see his progressions clearly. Gets all the way and rips that backside dig. It's a really good job of quick processing across the board for Ty Simpson. High level thinking from him. Another shift into empty from Ryan Grubb. And Ty Simpson takes a sack here from a free rusher. And you're wondering, how the heck did that guy rush so free? Let me tell you why. It starts with the identification in protection. Ty Simpson and the offensive line have determined this backer to the boundary the highest likelihood to pressure. So they're going to identify him as the Mike. That means that these 3 offensive linemen are protecting for 1, 2, and 3. The unfortunate thing that happens sometimes is if it's an even look, sometimes you guess wrong. And that's what happens. This backer to the field is the one that ends up pressuring. So now you have a right guard and right tackle accounting for 1, 2, 3 guys. Not enough players to protect. So you get the free rusher from Oklahoma. And the issue is Michael Carroll, this right tackle, you should never let a guy walked up on the line of scrimmage run free. Always allow the blitzer from depth to be the one that comes free. So Ty Simpson might have a chance to get it out of his hand. He tries to get it to the boundary here on this flat route and maybe has a chance to get back here, but it's a free rusher Easy sack for Alabama, and it's just a miscommunication in pass protection. This is a 3rd and 11 in the third quarter that really should have been converted. They're in this 3-by-1 using this tight end on a fast motion. It creates leverage and spacing on the back end and coverage, but it also tips off who might be pressuring as this linebacker begins to run out, but he doesn't. He stays right here. Alert, alert to Alabama's offensive line and Ty Simpson that's probably a blitz. It's exactly what happens. They do a good job of picking it up. Jam Miller in protection. Now on the route concept, there's going to be a post by Jeremy Bernard, a deep wheel by Ryan Williams, and a little spot route from the tight end. This corner playing the deep third for Oklahoma runs with the post but ends up passing it off to this middle field safety, meaning that he passes that route. He falls off in coverage to this wheel route of Ryan Williams. Ty Simpson sees it. He tries to rip the ball back shoulder to Ryan Williams, stopping him in his tracks. He's got to go attack this football with his hands. That's a conversion if he goes up and does that. It's a good decision, good throw from Ty Simpson in what should have been a conversion. Brent Venables and Oklahoma like to blitz the quarterback and play zone coverage behind it. So when they get into man-to-man, it's not their bread and butter. And Alabama catches them in man coverage and takes full advantage. Oklahoma is playing cover one robber. They're going to have man-to-man across the board with a single high safety. This safety is going to be playing as a robber player, meaning that he's going to be playing off of Ty Simpson's eyes, and any route that comes across the middle of the field, he's going to go ahead and rob and try to make a play on the football. Ty Simpson knows where he's going with the ball. He's got his freshman receiver in Lazier Brooks running a deep corner route. So he's going to hold his eyes down the middle of the field. Why is he doing that? He's holding this safety so he doesn't attract him over to Lazier Brooks so he can go make a play on the football. This is an excellent route. He turns the DB's hips this way, flips him around to cut back to the front pylon. The defensive back has no chance playing catch up with him. Ty Simpson lays it out there. It's an okay throw, but what excellent body control from the freshman to flip around, get his feet down, keep his balance. Opens the ball game up. Alabama's in full control after the touchdown. We know Oklahoma likes to play zone coverage and pressure the quarterback, and Ryan Grubb had a great solution on early downs, 1st and 2nd down, of getting the football out of Ty Simpson's hand and getting it into those voided zones with the receivers. Simple spacing concept. 5-yard little sit routes from these receivers. Ty Simpson's reading off of the defender. If he chases the outside route, he throws it inside. If he attaches to the inside route, he throws it outside. And if he plays in the middle, Ty Simpson can choose what's the easier throw. He plays right down the middle, rips it to the inside. Grubb did a good job of calling these all night long. They go from 2nd and 10 now into a 3rd and short situation. It's an easy way to slow down the pass rush. Really quick, decisive decision from Simpson. Shifts and motions continues to give Oklahoma's secondary a lot of trouble. You see them shift into empty. Ryan Grubb again. They're trying to communicate these linebackers moving back and forth, and they end up busting a coverage because of it. Alabama's running a similar concept to the touchdown earlier with snag with a corner route, a spot route, and a flat route by the running back. Now, as you see this happen, this backside safety over here ends up lurking the backside or poaching the backside. And you're wondering, why didn't Ty Simpson see Jeremy Bernard a lot earlier down the field when he was scrambling around? It's because it was a half-field read. As soon as he commits to the progression over here, he stays on that side of the field. It's not a pure progression to the backside. So as the play goes on, this should be man-to-man, but they end up, this backer here, not playing that. So Jeremy Bernard is let loose. Ty Simpson scrambling around. He gets over there, sees it late. He is not able to get a ton of pace on the ball. Nonetheless, it should be a catch. It's a missed opportunity for Alabama on 3rd down, one that they wish they had back. 3rd and 4 in the third quarter, up 24-17. Ryan Grubb motioning Jam Miller out of the backfield, but he keeps Jeremy Bernard. He's trying to match him up on a linebacker on this 3rd down. Now, what they're trying to do here is a 4 vertical concept from the receivers and an angle route from Jeremy Bernard on that linebacker. Oklahoma responds to that by playing a zone coverage to the boundary. So they're playing a deep half player. This is a cloud corner playing hard in the flat. This safety is poaching the backside. But over here, you got man coverage down here and then man coverage that you can't see on Jam Miller. Ty Simpson, hey, nobody's open. He takes off. When you have man coverage, especially to the field like this, there is nobody accounting for the quarterback. He sees it, takes off, able to use that athletic ability in his leg to pick up that second, third down conversion of the game in a big moment. He's going to have to be able to do that more as they head throughout the college football playoff of picking up those third downs when they need it with those legs. 2nd and 9 in the fourth quarter, up 27-24. Huge moment in the game. They're using what's called a freeze cadence right there. So Ty Simpson claps, trying to see what the defense is in. They don't end up running a play. They look to the sideline, check the play, condense into a 3-by-1 bunch formation right here. Oklahoma puts all of their guys in the box right here, leaving one-on-one with Isaiah Horton. It's exactly the matchup they wanted, and it's exactly where Ty Simpson throws the football. He takes a quick 3-step drop, eyes down the middle of the field to ensure there's no safety, and throws an absolute dime down the field. Great catch, falling out of bounds. Now you watch it from the end zone shot of this great catch and throw. They use the freeze cadence. Hey, let's see what defense they're in. Bring their receivers into the box. Oklahoma matches that by bringing their safeties into the box. Ty Simpson has the one-on-one, 3-step drop, hitch, over-the-shoulder dime to Isaiah Horton for a big-time play. 2nd and 4 after the big-time throw to Isaiah Horton. Well, here's Jeremy Bernard one-upping him and head-topping this corner. How do they do it? They're in 12 personnel. 1 tight end, 2 tight ends, and 1 running back. They're going to go ahead and try to run the football. They motion this tight end in to get into a slice type of block. They're just running a simple inside zone from these guys. Slice and running to the back. This is an RPO. He has Jeremy Bernard one-on-one. He just had Isaiah Horton one-on-one. Well, he likes his guys versus Oklahoma guys. We saw that they cannot play man coverage very well being a zone team, so you're going to bet on your guy to make the play. He holds this safety with the fake and then throws it over the top. It's an average throw, but when the back is turned on a DB, as a quarterback, you're saying, hey, that guy's open. Let my guy go make a play. Takes it off of his head for a big-time play. It sets up the touchdown run that finishes it off for Alabama, making them go up by 10. Oklahoma's trying to climb out of the hole, but what a catch. Maybe the catch of the year. Absolutely mossed him. And Ty Simpson just trusting his receivers, taking the one-on-one down the field, and converting down in the red zone. And for the best formation in football, victory formation, a win on the road, highlight Jeremy Bernard here, a beast at receiver, mossing people, also doing backflips in victory formation. But for Ty Simpson and the Crimson Tide, the composure, they did not blink. Down 17-0 on the road at Oklahoma. I played quarterback at TCU, and playing in Norman, Oklahoma, it is very loud. We would have false starts in the first quarter. It's tough to pick up those protections. You settle into the game, but when they cut it 17-7, and then some things happen 17-17, it's a 0-0 ball game. They did not turn around. They took off with the moment. Ty Simpson played great, protected the football first and foremost. No turnovers. Was big in big moments, converted on that 4th and 3, threw the football down the field, always had Alabama in the right play. It doesn't show up on the stat sheet, but his control at the line of scrimmage does not go unnoticed. He's a great leader on that football team, evaluation-wise. I thought he improved his draft stock. He played much better than he has the last 4 games. He probably got a lot healthier. Guys got healthier around him, but 2 for 12 on third down. They have to improve. The run game has to be better. It opens up the play-action game so much more, helps them on those third downs to get back in manageable situations. But Ty Simpson played really well. I'd expect him to continue to play well throughout the playoffs. They're battle-tested. They've been in those moments. So playing in the Rose Bowl against Indiana will not slight them at all. It should be a great, great matchup.